Hi guys. All right. Um, First, I'd like to mention how bad I screwed up when I sent this assignment in. I thought it was the section 2.2 assignment. It was the chapter review assignment. So I told you to do the questions from 2.2, so I'm sure you did 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, which would make sense. Um, that was my bad. Nice thing is, it was a short assignment for you. Um, Pretty easy stuff too. It's not terribly hard or anything, so it works out. Anyhow, I will we'll fix this up and make it work. So because this will be a shortened assignment, then I want you to do for homework tonight questions 1 through 6 from the section 2.1 thing on the same packet, and then we'll be done with this thing until the end of the chapter when you do the chapter review. Imagine that. Do the chapter review at the end of the chapter. What do you guess? All right. In section 2.2, number 7 said to use a stem and leaf plot to display the data set and to describe any patterns. So first, I'm going to draw my vertical line for the stem and leaf plot. Now, just because I always mess up when I do these, I listed them in order first, just to make it easier for me. Um, the other way you could do it is just to like leave a little gap, but we'll do it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember to make a key. So we'll do 1/0 equals 10. If you don't make that key, you're going to lose points on your test. Okay, so let's look for all the ones. We have 1, 0, 1, 0, and that's it. So we're going to end up with 2 zeros there. Let's look for the 2's. We have 2, 0, 2, 5. Let's cross these ones out too. So we have 2, 0. You know you're going to use that one. 2, 5, 2, 2. We have another 2, 0 here. Then we have the 22. And then 25 here. And 25 here. So 5, 5. Then we move on to 3's. See a 3, 0. Just like that. Then I see a 33, 34, 35. And there's another 35 down here. And then a 38. So I think that's all of those. 1 to the 4's. So see a 4, 1, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4's. This would be 1, 2, 4, and 4. 4, 7, 4, 8. And I think that's it. On to the 50's. See a 52, 2 53's, 57, 59. and 60s. There's 61, 61, 65, 115. 70s, we have a 71, 75, 15, and then 89. Okay, what pattern do you see? I would say just say something like the middle of the data has the most or the highest frequency. Okay. Our next question says to do a dot plot. The nice thing is if you have a stem and leaf plot done already, then it makes the dot plot even easier. So you're just going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now with the dot plot, you're not concerned about like, oh, well, it's 39, so it goes here. No, if it's in the 30s, it goes there. So we have two. Oops. Let's start at the beginning. We have two 10s, 20s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30s, we have 0, 3, 4, 5, 5, 8. We can just count them up 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to have 6 40s. Then 50s is going to be 5. 60s is going to be 3. 70s is going to be 2. And 80s is going to be 1. Now you notice my X's are pretty well distributed throughout here. Like the ones with 2 X's fall pretty close to each other. Not perfect, but at least close to each other. I don't have like for 70 it goes XX. I didn't start like boom, boom, because that makes it look a lot higher than it actually is. And that's actually how companies will lie with statistics. They'll do a dot chart and they will spread them out based on what they're trying to prove. So just something to watch out for. You actually see it fairly often. Okay, number 9. We discussed it. Pie charts are hard to draw, but there are certain things that I was going to ask you about pie charts and to do with the pie charts. The first thing we have to do is add up all these numbers to figure out exactly how many there are. And you'll find out that there are 1,011 entries. Okay. So we start by figuring out what percentage 620 is of 1,011. And what is 110 of 1,011? Then 50 of 1,011. Then 100 of 1,011. And then 130. Actually, move these over a bit. Okay, so we can calculate those out as decimals. This first one is about 0.61. This one is about 0.11. This one's about 0.05. This is about 0.1. And this last one's about 0.13. So now you take this number and you multiply it by 360. And that'll tell you how many degrees your central angle should be. So this one is 219.6 degrees. I'll round that up to 220. This one will be 39.6 or 40 degrees. This one will give you 18 degrees. This will give you 36 degrees. And then this last one will give you about 47 degrees. Now because I ended up rounding them all up, it's going to go over 360, but it's going to be pretty close. All right. Last part is to use a Pareto chart. Which, if you remember with the Pareto charts, it's really just like a bar graph where they don't touch. So it's just a bar graph where they don't touch, and it starts with the highest bar and goes down to the lowest. We'll make that 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Show us some room here, huh? So I just start by organizing them in order. First, home is your highest at 620. Then you have not sure. I'm going to abbreviate that. Then at friend's house, AFH. And somewhere else. Obviously, if you were really doing this, I could space these out a little further too. But obviously, if you were really doing this, you would write it out the whole way. Last one is at restaurant or bar. AROB. Works for me. But yeah, if you were doing this for like a newspaper or whatever, you would say not sure instead of NS. So the first one is up at 620. Which means I'm going to do a rectangle. just like that without this little thing. Then not sure is at 130. We go up above 100, almost halfway between 100 and 200. Then at a friend's house, it's 110. We have somewhere else. And last is at a restaurant or a bar. And that's it. Like what it might I think it asks what pattern can you see? Uh, most people are going to be at home. On that, there's not much of a pattern. All right, number 11. Okay, the height and feet and the numbers of stories of 9 buildings in Houston are listed. Use a scatter plot to display the data, describe any patterns. So, literally just drawing a scatter plot. Okay, so we have a number of stories. You can do this for. And then start at 40, 50s, 60s, 70s. That's it. And then as far as height, the temptation is to make a big gap in here and just start at like, so if we're talking about height, just start at like 500. You're technically not allowed to do that because it skews the entire data of the graph. So let's do 200, 400, 600, 800, and 1000. All right, so for the one at 71, you go out a little past 70 and almost up to 1000. Make a dot. And for 780, it's 56. 56, a little over halfway. We're pretty close to 800. And 53 and 762. 55 and 756. 'It should be down a little further like that. It's better. Can't believe I'm just doing it. This is what I've done. You get the point though. Let's just try it anyway. Just a little below that one. Okay. Number 47 to 741. 53 is 732. And we have a 53 already. It's going to be 732. Go right there. And then 50 and 714. A little over halfway. $49 and $662. So that's there. And last but not least, 40 and $579. So that's what our scatter plot looks like, give or take a couple dots, being up or down a little bit. As you can see, a general data line or a line of best fit that could be drawn through those, which we will get to. All right, number 12. Probably could have kept the lines. Okay, so we're going from 2001 to 2012. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we're going to look at unemployment rates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why I made that 30. I get issues. All right, in 2001, it was at 4.7%. So it was like there. In 2002, it was at 5.8. 2003, it was at 6%. 2004 is 5.5. 2005 is 5.1. 2006 is 4.6. 2007 is 4.6. 2008, 5.8. 2009 is 9.3. 2010, 9.6. 2011 is 8.9. 2012 is 8.1. Okay, describe any patterns that goes with this time series chart. Well, the first thing I noticed is that it's a curve. Second thing I noticed is that it's got some really high points in the middle here. That's about it. Okay, I want you to do 2.1 on this same packet for homework.